Are you aware of what is coming? We invite you to follow the whisper. Tune into the voice. Spread the word. I am well. You are well. We are well. Welcome to Wissahickon Wellness. Our mission and honor is to provide a vehicle for your return to a state of balance. We are a multifaceted team of sole proprietors offering an array of holistic services, including, but not limited to, bioenergetic healing, infant massage, Thai massage, personal training, yoga, and more. Wissahickon Wellness sits adjacent to over 50 acres of trails in the Wissahickon Valley Park. Our team of coaches, teachers, therapists, and practitioners are poised to provide an array of affordable experiences via virtual and in-person consultations, classes, and workshops. Are you ready? Are you ready to follow the whisper? Tune in to the voice. Spread the word. Welcome to Wissahickon Wellness. Okay, Brandon? Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do Brandon.
So Ruhama is gonna lead us in just a little bit of movement grounding work. Some yoga, chair yoga, about 5 minutes just to get us grounded. Go ahead, Ruhama, we'll mute ourselves.
Are y'all ready? So just find a comfortable seat. If you're in a chair with a back, making sure your back is against your chair and your feet is on the floor. And I just invite everyone to close their eyes. And we'll take a deep breath in. If you want, you can place one hand on your low belly. Taking a breath in, breathing all the way down into the low abdomen. And then exhale out through the mouth, letting out a sound or a sigh. We'll do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. And now we'll breathe in and out through the nose. The mouth stays closed. And just let go of your day. Let go of anything that happened earlier, anything that's happening later, and just come into this moment and this moment only. Feel where your body is touching your chair or whatever you're sitting on. Feel where your clothes are touching your body. And if your mind begins to wander, just bring it back to the breath. Or if you want, you can pick one word, a mantra, like let go, or something you've been working on, and just repeat it to yourself as your focus for your little meditation this evening. And maybe scanning your head from your head down to your toes, and just notice if you're holding any tension in your body. And with each exhalation, you're letting go of anything you're holding on to from the earlier part of your day. If any thoughts come up, just observe them like credits on a movie screen. No judgment, no attachment. And if you want, you can set an intention for tonight, something you'd like to receive, something you'd like to let go of. And then slowly allowing your eyes to blink softly open, we're going to interlace our hands in front of us, pressing the palms away from us and dropping the shoulders down. Still breathing deeply. And then reaching your palms up towards the ceiling, pressing through the palms, releasing shoulders down. And then releasing your hands down, we're going to bring the left hand to your right thigh and just gaze over your right shoulder. And coming back to center, right hand, left thigh, gazing over your left shoulder. Still breathing here. And then coming back to center and just fold forward, letting the head hang heavy. And then slowly rolling back up to sit, inhaling shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, dropping them back and down. And then from here, we're going to inhale, chest forward, exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Bringing your torso back to a neutral position. We're going to bring our hands to our shoulders and we'll inhale to the left and exhale to the right. And slowly releasing. Inhale, shoulders up to the ears, and exhale, dropping them back and down. And just bring your hands together in front of heart center. Come back to your breath. Come back to any intention you may have set. And I thank everyone for joining us tonight, and I'm excited to meet all of you. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you, Rahama. That was awesome. I've been taking one of your yoga classes in a really long time. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome.
Thank
I
you.
look forward to having a class again soon.
Yeah. So just to let everyone know at the end, Aubrey Howard has volunteered to give us some transformational breath work. So that'll be more towards the end of the program. So you can stay for that. Just to reiterate, we are recording now. And we missed the beginning video in the recording. So if you're watching this recording later, you can visit our website, www.wissahickonwellness.com, and there will be a link to the opening video, which will give you more information about who we are. So I'm just going to jump into some of the more boring logistical stuff, and then we'll hop into a conversation. So Wissahickon Wellness is a family and community multidisciplinary wellness center based in Philadelphia. And it really was born out of a need to offer more holistic services to people who are otherwise not able to access them. And I would say there is a piece of equity in this, in that we are really interested in bridging the gap between people of color, people of lower socioeconomic status, and high quality holistic care. So that's really what Wissahickon Wellness is all about. Another piece, and this will be mentioned maybe if we have time, it's on our website, is that our main focus is 3 Ps, which is people, place, and practice. So we emphasize the people in our mission, which is, like I said, people who otherwise do not have access to these services. That also includes a wide variety of healthcare practitioners and healers who we're trying to unite. The practices are the services that we offer. So at Wissahickon Wellness, we are looking to offer a wide variety of services for people's needs. And the place, which I think we are really excited about, is the land that Wissahickon Wellness is sitting on. So in the video, it mentioned that we are sitting on over 50 acres of the Wissahickon Valley. And we will talk a little bit more about this at the end, but there is some work that we are doing to try and get some of that land as part of our land-based wellness practice. So we'll talk more about that. So I'll just move into sharing our vision and mission statement really quickly. Again, get the logistics out of the way. And then, Mom, you're going to jump into your story a little bit? Okay. We're going to feel it out. We have a plan, but it's like jazz. We're going to improvise and move. So the vision of Wissahickon Wellness is we envision a future where individual and collective healing operates in tandem with global efforts to sustain life on Earth. We envision that humanity will return to embracing the wisdom of the body and the ancestors as the natural path towards a sustainable tomorrow. We envision that Wissahickon Wellness will assist humanity with this return. And the mission of Wissahickon Wellness is to provide affordable and holistic wellness services to the greater Philadelphia area and beyond. If you go on our website, you'll see more information about our story. You'll see information, which we're not going to go into, about our guiding principles, which is the roots, which is our ancestors. The ground of our practice is the 7 disciplines of well-being, which we are so fortunate enough to be able to collaborate with the Wellness Collaborative based in Boston, who seeded that intellectual property. Robin, we have still on the call, who's a part of that collaborative, and Jeanette and Alan, who I don't know if they're still on the call, are also a part of that community. And then, like I said, the fruits of our practice are the 3 Ps. So the ground is our ancestors. The roots are our ancestors. The ground is the 7 disciplines of wellness, and the fruits are the people, the place, and the practice. So that's a lot of information. There's a lot more on our website. Feel free to read it, and you'll get a little bit more info about who we are and what we're about. Okay, so I'm sure there's questions, but we're not going to do them yet. We're going to jump right into what my mom has to offer, and then we'll open into our discussion.
So, why wellness? I've been thinking about this and reviewing in my mind of how we got here. And I think that the journey started with my own personal struggle with a respiratory illness, which was severe and life-threatening asthma. And I had about the worst there was. 6 times on a vent, like really, really out of control. And I got to a point.
And we're pausing. So we just admitted someone. If you could unmute and take away your video and just introduce yourself. Let us know who you are. Hey, Leon. Hey. All right.
Okay. So
we know you.
So struggling for years, and my question for myself was, how did I get here? Hey. Just giving a little background. We're introducing ourselves and what we offer. So he needs to mute.
You can mute Leon. Just go ahead and mute Leon. We can hear you back there.
I'm good. Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Thank you.
So my question for myself years ago is, how did I get here and how can I get better with something that they claim you can't get better from? And so I tried a lot of different practices. And I did my own research and I went to a lot of different places. I had Rolfing done, I did Tai Chi, I did all these things. And so the thought was, if someone else wanted to work on themselves and get better from physical, emotional, spiritual, whatever their misalignment is, how can I make it easier for other people? Because it was quite costly and time consuming and required a lot of travel. So that's what made my conception of providing something for other people. And it was actually Brandon who thought about working out of the house while he was on a walk one day. So at this point, we're talking about what we offer, or just a little bit about ourselves.
So yeah, let's meet the people.
Okay. So why don't we go around? Are we going to self-select or go in alphabetical order? So we'll self-select, and if you all could introduce yourselves with the little spiel about who you are. And I'm just going for guidance. These are what we're offering.
So yeah, we're gonna just have you all introduce. So we have an audience and we have participants, and we're just gonna have the participants say a little bit about who they are, and then at the end we're gonna go into a little bit about how they can find you and how to continue to work with you. So first, just give a little spiel about who you are, introduce yourself, let us know where you're coming from, what you do, and we'll just popcorn, self-select.
Okay, go ahead, Irvin.
It's always funny. I feel like when I was younger in school, whenever we had to raise our hands, I was always first. I'm like, I'll go first. But hi, everybody. Thanks for having me on here tonight with you guys. And I'm really happy to be a part of Wissahickon Wellness. I met Lisa actually through her friend, through their friends, Vern. And since then, it's been a really beautiful relationship that's developed. And just to give you some background on me, I primarily teach and facilitate transformational breath work. We'll be getting a taste of it tonight at the end of our session. And really, it's a conscious, connected breath that facilitates the connection between mind, body, and spirit. And I got involved in healing work for the first time. Really, it was I was like shot into this world. As sometimes it happens, right? Sometimes you feel a spark and it's deep, it's inside, you know that it's there, but you're not ready to allow it to really engulf you, right? For this to totally become your passion and what you do and how you express. But for me, it was always there. It was dull, and then very quickly, when I was going through some really hard life transitions. And that's often what happens. I was going through custody battle, a divorce, and was feeling extremely depressed. I just realized around like 21, 22 that I had like really bad anxiety. I didn't understand that I even had that previously. And I had the opportunity to go to Costa Rica and try plant medicine, ayahuasca, and I prepared myself. I had never taken any psychedelics previously, or really, I had not been in that realm. The closest I had come to that was a few yoga classes, maybe like 2 months worth of yoga classes the year before, to help me going through this massive struggle where, there's times where you feel like you're ready to end it, right? And we've all been there at different times. And so for me, I went to this journey in Costa Rica. And right before my ayahuasca ceremony, I did a transformational breath session. And I didn't know what I was getting into. I didn't know that I was supposed to do that before the ceremony. And in that session, it was not easy for me to do. It was not easy for me to breathe into my body and take in all of my good and all of this life force into me when I had been so shut down for so long, so many traumas and things that happen naturally in our lives, right? In past lives. And we bring in all of this into our being and create this set personality, or what we think is a set personality. And so really, I was able to break through so much of that buildup that I had had my whole life within one transformational breath session and a week of ayahuasca ceremonies. And so now I offer medicine work. We can, speak more directly about that later, but I work with plant medicine to help heal people and myself in the process, and breath and movement. So that's a little bit about my story, and I'm so happy to be here and connected with this beautiful movement.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aubrey.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And I just want to say, I just realized that I hadn't seen it this way, but my mom shared her story, and this feels like a good time for everyone to share their own story. I'm sorry you can't see me. I just don't want to get too close. This is a great time for everyone, would be a great time for everyone to share their own story. But I'll just say, we're going to do a little bit of an extended version of the elevator pitch. So talk about who you are, what you do, give us a little snippet, because the discussion questions will circle back to more of a longer story. So thank you, Aubrey. Really appreciate it. Anybody raise your hand?
Don't be shy.
All right, Khadija.
Do I select me or you guys select me? How's that happen?
Oh yeah, you selected yourself. You raised your hand. We can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, wonderful. I'm glad. Namaste. Greetings, everyone. I'm Khadija Renee. I'm a master's level Reiki practitioner. I'm also a psychotherapist. And I have a practice that I call Morgan Integrative Therapeutic Services. I'm located in the Mount Airy section, Germantown Avenue and the Philhelena, right above the PFCU Bank, where my offices are located. What I do is combine traditional psychotherapy practices with alternative healing modalities such as Reiki, magnified healing, and crystal healing. I'm also a certified medium, so what I offer are Reiki sessions that feature the use of crystals in the process of the healing. And I also am a medium so that when I perform Reiki on people, I can hear, I'm clairaudient and I'm clairvoyant, so I can sense the presence of ancestors and angelic presences. And I communicate those messages to my client when I'm finished. My Reiki practice is located in the Fern Rock section. I've been practicing for 10 or more years. And I really enjoy helping people on all levels of mind, body, and spirit. Is that sufficient?
Thank
To need more?
Mhm.
Thank you.
That was great. Thank you. I'll go. I haven't spoke too much yet, but my name is Brian. I am Lisa's youngest son and Brandon's younger brother. I am going to be the fitness guy, fitness guru of this whole operation. I have my dad to thank, actually. Come on over. Clap it up for my dad. My dad got me into working out when I was at a young age. I think one of my first memories actually is working out with my dad in the living room of the house we used to live in.
Me too.
I was like 3, but but so I currently work at a gym in Warminster, which is a suburb outside of Philly. I'm the head trainer there, and yeah, I look forward to bringing my expertise of fitness and knowledge of the body to our practice, and
You actually have your first client for the practice?
Yes, my mom is going to be my first client.
Plug the YouTube series. Mima Run Smile.
Mima makes a mile.
Oh, this is news to me. I didn't even hear about this.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead, Brian.
It's great.
Your shots.
Great. So yeah, I look forward to getting to know all you guys better. I think the only 2 I know so far before this call were Leon and Anais, but I'm looking forward to getting to know the rest of you beautiful people.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Brian. So we have to call on you.
Yes.
Okay. I select Anais. Anais, are you ready? Oh, we can't hear you.
Oh, you're still
I
muted.
know. I have to unmute myself.
Oh, okay.
Hi, everybody. It's really lovely to see all of your wonderful faces and to feel the energy. Very exciting to be part of this endeavor. I had an interesting synchronicity which connected Lisa and I, and things evolved from there. It's been quite amazing. I live about 10 minutes away from the location of Wissahickon Wellness. I am originally from Philadelphia, but I've traveled all over the world. And I had an awakening in 1989, kind of a classic Kundalini awakening, brought everything up, brought everything out in 60 seconds. 2 years later, I was traveling around the world and working with burning cancer patients in Moscow, Russia, because you couldn't do energy work here in the United States. And that became my calling. It involved a lot of personal and professional upheaval. Along the way, I became an ordained minister. I also trained and became certified as emergency medical technician, hypnotherapist, and other things beyond that to support the nature of what became a very dynamic and wonderful practice. Private clients, workshops, retreats, mostly in Europe, between Europe and the United States. But now I'm settled in Philadelphia because this is where my family is. I'm so grateful to have this opportunity to see my family and do my work. That's it.
Anyone else? How about Rahama?
I had a feeling I was next. Hi, I'm Rahama Balenki. I'm a certified yoga therapist and yoga instructor, as well as musician, domestic violence advocate, and actor, director. I wear a lot of hats. And I feel like things are coming full circle because I met Brandon back in 2008, I think, right after I got certified as a yoga instructor. And I've been wanting to be a part of a wellness collective for a long time and have been searching around for the right fit. And I'm really excited because he reached out to me about teaching as a part of Wissahickon Wellness. And I'm super excited to be involved in this new collective. And so my first yoga certification was in Vinyasa yoga. I've also been trained in yin yoga, prenatal yoga, and yoga therapy through the Phoenix Rising Yoga Therapy School, which is a trauma-informed yoga therapy school. And I look forward to getting to know the people here that I don't know. And this is all very exciting. Thank you so much.
And Ruhama and I met in at Brio Vim, remember, which was a wellness collaborative, kind of like this. I lived there, and Ruhama was a yoga teacher, and I would walk down at 7:30 a.m. and there'd be half naked people doing yoga in my living room. So it was a bonding experience.
I don't think we're following the half naked model.
No, we're not doing that. No. Ruhama and I have a funny story about it. Anyway.
I remember that. Who else do we have here? We have Stemka. Is that you? I don't have my glasses. Is that Stemka?
That's Robin.
Robin.
Oh, so I think that's all our practitioners who've introduced themselves. I believe actually Pops.
And Leon.
Oh, Leon. Yeah, Pops and Leon.
Well, I'm not. Okay. I'm selling stones, semi-precious stones and gems. Also, I am making jewelry from the semi-precious stones and gems, rocks.
My dad, he doesn't want to say it, but he's a PA, and we are inspired by his medical knowledge. We ask him questions and consult with him. So that's also present, not billable, but present.
Oh, and artist, resident artist. If you come to the house, you'll see a lot of my uncle's artwork throughout the house, and he inspired me since I lived with him, and since 3 years old, I was inspired to draw and paint. So I was an art major in high school, an art minor in college, and I've been dabbling in art. I'm learning welding because I want to do some sculptures with the welding, carvings, wood carvings, painting, sketching, the whole thing. So that's it.
Alan's his family.
Leon or Vern.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'm Vernon Leon Hemsley, and my closest family knows me as Leon, so that's why they all call me Leon. Anyway, I'm, I guess, more or less the techie guy. I've been running around the world doing sports transmission for whoever, all kinds of customers for the last 30 years. And I'm really settling down, I guess, and settling down back home here in Philadelphia. And this project here gives me the ability to create a studio in the garage. So all these functions that we're doing at the center can be sent anywhere in the world, and interactively as well. I also run a small production company, so if there's any projection needs, any recording needs, that kind of thing, I'm available to help do that. Thank you.
Thank you, Leon.
Thanks, Leon. Is there any? I don't think we have any other collaborators who are on the call. If not, interrupt me because I'm going to introduce.
Travis. Travis. Somebody named Travis.
Travis is part of the audience. He's part of the friend support group. So I'm going to give them a chance to introduce themselves briefly as well. But I just wanted to shout out one person who said she would be here, who's not here. Her name is Dimka. I don't know Dimka's last name.
I don't either.
She's a friend of my mother's, and she runs what's called R&B Farm. I'm going to read a little bit about what that is. R&B Farms Incorporated is like a seed bomb, combining modern and ancient farming techniques for aquaponics, deep water culture, and hydroponics to produce organic fruits and vegetables in an urban setting of West Philadelphia's community and beyond. So you can find more information at www.rnbfarms.com, and we will let you know more about how we're collaborating with them in the future. So now, if any of the participants would like, you don't have to, unmute, say your name, say where you're coming from, and tell us what the best food you've eaten was in the past week. Go.
Well, I had a chance to have a seeded watermelon from Florida. It was so sweet and wet and fresh.
With seeds, wonderful.
Because you see all these sale signs for seedless watermelons, and we know that if you're going to have watermelon, if it should be natural and organic, it should have seeds. But they're difficult to find in the stores because they're promoting this GMO seedless watermelon. So I really enjoyed my watermelon.
Wonderful.
Maybe someday at Wissahickon Farms we'll grow our own.
We already are.
Oh. Plug for the future.
I want one.
And I'm sorry, I didn't make it clear. We're opening the floor for non-collaborators, people who don't have a picture on the website, to just give a chance to share their names and where they're from, and if they want to share their favorite food, they can. So Khadijah, thanks for sharing, but we're going to have Travis, Robin, Johnny, I think that's it for non-collaborators. Yeah, one of them can just share if they'd like.
Hi, it's Robin. I'd like to share.
Hi,
Thank you for inviting me. It's lovely to see all you, and really happy that you're doing this work. We're trying to do some work in Boston too, which is where I met Brandon, through the word of mouth, through Jeanette. Finally, we got to meet, and he was like our son, you know. I learned about what he was doing here in Pennsylvania with his parents, and very excited to hear about that. Also had to have a chance to have him be my physical therapist. In that regard. Again, thank you for the invitation, and I just had a luscious pear yesterday.
Ooh.
Thank
you.
So, hi everybody.
Hi.
My name's Travis. I'm a friend of Brandon's. We were in a meditation community together for quite a while, and so I practiced meditation and yoga, and I am so excited for all this beautiful work. It's just amazing. You know, I feel like the world needs so much healing right now, and I feel like all of you in your own way are really bringing that healing into people's lives. And like I'm super curious about Aubrey's work in transformational breath and plant medicine, and just excited to see what comes out of this. And I would love to come visit the wellness center and see all of you live and in person. So thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you.
Look forward to having you.
I would love that.
Who's next? Johnny.
Hi, I'm Johnny. I am up in Boston, and my partner Annie and I are good friends of Brandon, but also have met Lisa and Bruce and Bella and Rocky, and we love everybody equally. And we just had the real pleasure of getting to come to the house around New Year's this past year, and just an amazing space. It's got amazing energy, and also just the land around is really powerful. And I'm so happy to see all of you other collaborators. It's really thrilling that this is coming together and is beginning, and I'm really happy to be here. And my food of the week was Annie made a soup with curry and lentils and sweet potatoes. Good to see everybody.
I forgot to share my food. It's chicken sausage with pasta dancing to salsa music. That was my.
Hey!
That was fun.
Travis is an amazing salsa dancer.
I love to
Tell
dance
Annie
salsa
we said
too.
hi and we miss her.
Anyone else? Was that everybody? Okay. So, I have a proposal. Can I sit on that seat real quick? Real quick. We're going to open up into a discussion. And, you know, we totally had this idea a year ago. We were making all these plans to launch a physical wellness practice, and then COVID hit. And for the past 3 months, we have been racking our brains about how to innovate, how to keep moving forward, and how to keep wellness going. A lot of people are putting the brakes on a lot of things, and we want to figure out how to keep moving forward. And so part of this meeting is not only for you all to get to know Wissahickon Wellness as its own entity, but also for you all to get to know our practitioners and feel that they are accessible to you no matter where you are in the country. So at first I was going to have us, the practitioners talk at you all, the audience member, whatever that means. But what I'm curious about is, how do I want to ask this question? What I'm assuming, no, I can't make that assumption. I was going to assume that most of you in the audience are not healthcare providers or practitioners, and that's not true. But I do want to know, what do you need in this time? What are you finding that you're needing as far as your health and wellness? What's there? What's missing? and are there any questions or concerns that are coming up for you now in this time? And so someone can offer something, a check-in about that question. And if a practitioner would like to offer their own feelings, insights, a follow-up question, they can do so.
Why don't you go first?
Go first, as in. What do I need? I need for there to be a network of practitioners, of people, friends, family, of government officials, of different types of people available. What I feel is that we have someone, hold on, I'm gonna pause. Janet, I'm just gonna admit, and we will give them the spiel. Hello, Janet. Janet, thank you for joining. If you please do so, turn on your video, unmute yourself, and introduce yourself. We're asking people to do this for security purposes. If you can't do that, we're going to have to ask you to leave. I don't know who you are. Sorry to be so mean.
Mom.
Oh, hey, Janet. Okay. No more mean, Brandon. Back to. All right, I can't see myself, Brian. Can you flip me back? Okay, there we go. Yeah, so for me, I need availability, and I'm wondering, my question for any practitioner is, how do you see yourself staying available to people like me who need you in these times? Anais.
I have been doing remote practice, energy healing remote practice, and now bioenergetics remote practice for several years, and have been using Zoom for a long time. And it is a great way to make yourself available as a practitioner. And it offers actually a surprising amount of flexibility to be able to actually really connect very well with a client or someone who is seeking your services. Additionally, I am pretty available when it comes to teaching. I have classes ongoing all week long, varying levels, and these really do have to do with accelerated conscious evolution and how we empower ourselves to be the source of our own wellness and best self-care, and learning how to heal ourselves as well. So I think being available in that way, we're in the days where we're kind of getting really down to, you got to kind of do it yourself. But availability in terms of community support and wellness is, you can do speaking engagements on Zoom, you can meet clients on Zoom, private sessions, group work. So that's how I do it.
Yes, I don't know if it's okay to jump in. Is that all right? Thank you for sharing that, Anais. And just to follow up with that, accessibility is obviously so important, and what really attracted me to Wissahickon Wellness from the beginning. And knowing that communities of color, minorities, really need the support, right? And I'm seeing that myself in the wellness space in Philadelphia specifically. And so what I've realized in terms of accessibility for my own practice, as Anais was saying, Zoom has been, I'm just starting on Zoom. Amazing. And I agree that it's a big transition for people who have practitioners who have never, utilized these tools before, this technology before. But I agree that with clients, we're able to connect. I'm able to connect, I feel, on my end so well. And it really blows my mind. And I think it also puts the power back in your hands, right? As you said, that we are in a time where we're having to do things by ourselves. And in terms of a transformational breath session virtually, it's actually really nice. And what I'm seeing is that, as we're saying, you get to I like to walk people through body mapping themselves. And that's what I do in person as well. But virtually, you get a chance. Hey, Annie. Annie just popped up on my screen and I love it. But you get a chance to be with your own body. You know where it feels best. You know where you need it, right? Better than I do. And spirit just helps to guide me in that process. And if I trust that spirit is really guiding every single session and holding this container, the sacred space for us. And so I may say to move, move your hands down here. And there may be a reason that I'm saying it, right? But there also, it may just be spirit guiding me there. And I've seen that in workshops as well. People are like, wow, you said to move here. And I don't know how you knew. That's exactly where I needed it in that moment. But we're doing a group session, right? So how does that happen? And it's truly guided. So my last point on accessibility is the workshops for me. Sometimes people with breath work are scared to, or a little bit nervous to jump into a personal one-on-one session. Can be a little bit intimidating. Some people are really committed and ready to go, on the other hand. But for those who are a little bit more nervous or have some reservation, the workshops are such a great way to access this service and this beautiful modality from the comfort of your own home. The cost is much lower, so you're paying $20 for a workshop. In my workshops currently, so I hold one called Transform Self-Limiting Beliefs with Breath every Thursday, and that's you can find that if you go to my Instagram, go to my website. I'll link that in the chat. But if anyone's interested in trying out breath, that's a great option. I also have a workshop called Breathe in Abundance, which is 30 minutes. The one on Thursday is 90 with a workbook, so a little bit more involved. If you just want to try it out, try it, and it's donation based. So the accessibility is really important. So that's all I wanted to say on that.
I guess I'll chime in. Basically, I've been doing the same. I've been teaching classes on Zoom for donation. No one turned away. And I had an idea of how I can transform yoga therapy for being virtual. And the idea being, because normally with the yoga therapy that I'm trained in, you kind of guide your client into poses, sort of like Thai massage. And so what I would do virtually is just guide them into poses and then ask the same questions that I would if I were in person. What's happening now? Tell me more. And mirroring back what the client says. And I feel like it could work because basically with yoga therapy, it starts off with a guided meditation, an intention setting, some poses, and then kind of tying it all in together at the end. So and I feel like with things being available virtually, then I've had friends who live in other cities, other places of the world who have been able to take my classes. And so I feel like that's the one. It's an exciting thing about things being streaming and virtual as opposed to live.
Thank you, Rahama. And I just want to do a time check. It is now 6:56. I know some people made a 1 hour commitment. Some people made a 2 hour commitment based on what we posted online initially. So if anyone does need to leave the meeting within the next couple of minutes, I understand. We love that you were here. And if you do need to leave, if you would like to share something, ask a question, share appreciation, confusion, whatever, you can do so now.
I just wanted to make one more comment about accessibility. And I have to say, I really am grateful to be in a local situation now and not jumping off and on planes or having other people jumping off and on planes. I mean, when I was doing that in that way for many, many years, it's incredibly stressful. So I think this is kind of an interesting reset. At least I have experienced it that way, and I'm actually grateful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hi, I'm on the mute.
Yeah.
Hi. What I'm discovering as a new infant massage instructor is that a video, web-based, and even pre-recorded offer will work better because the children will be in their own environment and parents can utilize the time when the child is most receptive to it. And so as I'm just getting into this practice, it's a wonderful adjustment to make. And I think it will actually be more effective. So. Okay.
And we could wrap up that question, and if there are any other questions that any of the guests, non-collaborators would like to ask, we can pivot to those questions. Go ahead. I see Johnny unmuted.
Good. Yeah, it's interesting, the whole stay-at-home time. I feel like I have, it was an unplanned relationship workshop with my partner Annie, just because we see each other more often and more through the day and continuously. But what I noticed is I was actually had a very I had a good physical practice going to the gym and getting aerobic workout in, and some stretching and some some weightlifting, and it's gone completely out the window. And even though I kind of get out into the world and move my body, I've lost any kind of muscular work. And so that's really what I've lost and what I'm needing.
You can make some appointments with Brian.
Yeah, we can get some Zoom workouts in anytime. It's not
Sweet.
a problem.
That sounds good.
Thanks, Johnny.
Yeah, and is there a way that so just to hook up on Zoom, is that the idea to both be on a Zoom connection?
Are you gonna, Johnny? You're gonna be here. Do you have to get off the call soon?
Nope.
Okay, because at the end we're going to talk about the future, and there will be ways to access the virtual wellness portal.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else want to
sign me up for a workout?
All right.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I need it.
Me too.
Oh, right.
Oh, man. Keep rolling in it, huh?
Yeah, especially.
I have to go. Sorry. I have to sign off.
Okay.
It's nice to meet everyone, and I look forward to our future collective work together. And Brandon, we all learn how to be in connection with one another moving forward, correct?
Yes, and Khadijah and I were just talking. I just want to give a little plug about what we talked about on the phone the other day, if that's okay. Some of the ideas that we had for the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Khadijah and I were just talking about. So Khadijah is a really great psychotherapist, or a Reiki master. Like she said, I've done some work with her. And Khadijah and I just talked about ways of collaborating. So holding classes and discussion groups and workshops that will be both available for free. And then, of course, in the future, we're thinking about how to make this a small donation to monetize the work. So that will be something that you can look out for Khadijah. And her information is also posted on our website, so you could book a virtual appointment with her as well. Does that sound good, Khadijah?
Yes, that's fine. And thank you, everyone. It was exciting meeting everyone. I enjoyed the yoga. Anais, it's good to see you. Hope to see you soon. Everybody take care, and blessings.
Bye. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you want to go and do the?
We just want to hold some space. There's no rush to see if anybody else wants to share, has anything percolating. I have a hand, Annie.
Am I unmuted?
Yeah.
So my question to Brian, if we did do, if Johnny and I did a session together, would that be possible? Because we have different needs, I think, in terms of strength building. Can you handle two people, or would you rather just be one-on-one?
It could be either one. If you guys feel as though you are, you'd work better side by side, I could give you guys two workouts, at the same time, or we could do what's called modification. So it would be the same workout or a similar workout. It's just that, Johnny, you might be doing something that's a little more advanced than Annie is, or vice versa, depending on depending on what you guys' strengths and weaknesses are. you know, it's what I do all day. I'm constantly giving people different levels of movement based on their fitness level. So yeah.
Thank you.
All right, Robin.
I just wanted to share with you that I had the experience of getting physical therapy online now since COVID, and I actually like it better than going into the physical therapy studio. And I think part of it is I'm creating memory on working out at home. So good, and I'm more likely to continue after when I finish with the physical therapist. I'll be signing up with you too for some training.
Okay.
So I actually like doing it at home now. I'm finding the opposite for therapy. For therapy, I liked going there, closing the door, being away, dumping whatever was going on. So finding the opposite with my therapist. So it's interesting the adaptations that we need to make, and but I would love to figure out how to do energy work and the other things, the yoga. I think those are all great things that can be done virtually, and even, you know, across cities, like I said, internationally, because people are looking for this. They really are. So we can collaborate across cities.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Robin. So I do have one other discussion question that I want to offer. I had a plan, and this all went out the door based on what arose in the moment. So if anyone else has anything they want to ask or offer, you can do so now if it's burning. If not, I will guide us into the next direction. So I'm just going to sit where you are.
Okay.
I just want to. So we'll do one more discussion question, and then we'll talk about the future, ways in which you can connect with our practitioners in the future. We'll have each practitioner share a little bit about that, and then we'll give you the very concrete logistical aspects of what we're envisioning for the future of Wissahickon Wellness. And so the second question is, we're watching the South reopen, and we're watching people running out into public at a time that a lot of people feel that we're not ready. And we're also seeing people innovate. We're seeing people figure out how to make wellness work with being in person. I know Anais has a lot to share about this, but how to make it work where we're still together, but we're practicing the social distancing and the precautions. My question for the practitioners is, once the northern states open, how do you see yourself going about phasing in, if at all, your in-person practices? And if you haven't thought about that, that's fine, but we can kind of talk about it now together. Anais.
I'm very excited at this transitioning. And part of the work that I do is really taking people into practices and exercises and ways of communicating with the body that they can actually get down to their own DNA level. And I think one of the things that's interesting is I've just finished a webinar that goes into why is it that communities of color, people of color, are having a more serious and severe impact with COVID-19 when they contract that and become sick. And so I've been, I just did a whole segment on biomedical challenges and choices. And my own guidance, my guidance in the fall was that this had to do with genetics. And so in this webinar that I just put together, there is corroborating evidence now from the medical world that my internal knowing was on track. And it has to do with a really strange relationship with this substance called the von Willebrand factor and your endothelial cells. And so when we look at wellness, and I talk to people about if you contract COVID, you need vitamin D, you need massive doses of vitamin C, you need vitamin A. And I'm giving this advice out, and people are going, what are you doing? And now the information is coming out from medical people who are a little bit more in tune in looking at studies that this is in fact in Europe, people of color, tremendously under par and deficit when it comes to vitamin D. So between information about blood clots and platelets and thrombosis and how your DNA is functioning within this dynamic, I can't wait to get people back into my practice and have live conversations and then work with what I do, which is information embedded, frequency embedded in water. That is very easy for someone to just simply use on their own skin. And we're all very familiar with the remote control, like sending stuff through the air and we get it on the TV. But you don't understand, you can do that with your own body, that you can bring information in through the vehicle of water. And it can have a tremendous impact on your entire energy field. It's very gentle. It's very powerful. I can't wait. I can't wait to be in this situation. And I'm quite comfortable feeling out where's the meeting place where someone has other considerations beside themselves while the virus is going on. But I will say to you, it's already been demonstrated that people with blood type O and blood type A are less likely to contract the virus or have really serious damage happen when that's coming on board. So I can't wait. I'm really excited. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, it does. Brian's just gonna say bye. He has to step out, teach class.
I have a Zoom workout to do right now, guys. So it was great meeting you all.
See you.
Yeah.
I'll see you guys soon, all right?
Yay.
He's the face of the practice, you guys. He's the face. All right.
I was thinking once things open up a little more, starting off with outside yoga classes, because I feel like that would feel safer for everyone until it's safe enough to be in a studio again. And I actually prefer to teach outside if it's warm enough. So, and I feel like teaching virtually, it's been fine. It was a little weird the first couple times, but I think it works. So I think I still feel connected to my students when teaching virtually through Zoom.
Thank you for sharing. And I actually haven't thought about that much, which is really interesting, probably because, you know, we've been shifting so much to the virtual space, and a few different like wellness collectives that I am a part of are doing the same thing. Everybody's trying to transition to virtual, which is awesome in so many different ways. But as things are reopening, now we have to go back and shift and understand that, you know, there is a need to be in person, and this work is so special. And now I'm seeing a select amount of clients, very few clients, doing guided ceremonies or transformational breath work, and having a clear understanding of, like, 2 weeks we're not seeing anybody, you know, and just being very clear in the communication with each person specifically. And I think that's really important as we continue to open up and make sure that the person we're dealing with and the practitioner feels really comfortable and are respecting each other in that sense. And I love what Solil said, that it is really a great idea to be outside if that's possible, right? I haven't thought about that, but doing, for me, you know, breath sessions outside, why not? It's beautiful out. Being in nature is way better than being indoors to me as well. So that could be a good option, just having some distance between people and limiting the group size. So I love that.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else have anything percolating at this point?
Annie, wait.
Oh, Annie, go ahead. Enough.
I have to leave to get on a call, but I love you all, and I look forward to more interactions.
Love you.
Love you,
Love
Annie.
you too, Annie.
Annie's a great
Nice to
yoga
meet
teacher.
you.
Great yoga teacher, amazing mother, amazing human being. Love you.
Bye, Annie.
Where's Rocky?
Rocky, oh my goodness, he's been quiet this whole
I
time.
know.
He's in the living room. He's in the living room.
Rocky is our therapy dog. Well, no,
Yeah.
he's more than that.
Yeah.
He is he's a very special being.
We're gonna meet him.
Who's wearing a dog suit right now, but he attends all of Anais' workshops.
Arises for someone that they want to offer a share, please do so. At this point, what we're going to do is we're going to have each practitioner very briefly just let us know, besides finding you on our website, www.wissahickon.com, how they can get in contact with you. It'll be a lot of information. You don't have to remember it. Just take it in. How they can be in contact with you, what to look forward to with your work in the future. And then we will close with the future of Wissahickon Wellness, what we're doing to seed. Was there a point?
Yeah, I thought we were going to get a sample breath work.
Oh yeah, that's coming. So we're just going to talk about what we're doing to seed the future, and then we'll close out with Aubrey leading us out in transformational breath work, which I'm really excited about. So we'll popcorn. Any practitioner can start. How to get in contact with you, what to look out for in the future for you.
Okay, I'm gonna start.
Oh, and great. I'm sorry. Great, good, Ani. You said if the practitioners want to put their stuff in the comments, that's a way for you can have a tangible link to them as well. Go ahead, Aubrey. Sorry.
Beautiful, no problem. So yeah, you guys can contact me if you're looking to just find out some more information about what we'll be doing a sample, or we'll be doing a short practice of transformational breath tonight, which is exciting. So if you like that session and you're interested either in a one-on-one, private, as of now, virtual session, or in maybe guided ceremony or something along those lines, what I'm talking about, then it is really great to reach me. I just actually launched my website, which I'm so excited about making. And I posted it in the chat, and I'll post it again for you guys, but it's www.spiritmedicine.co. Com was taken. And there you can find information, as I mentioned, about, I do movement as well. I'm certified in Vinyasa Krama yoga and yin yoga. So really in my practice and in my sessions, I hold space really with this opportunity to flow and invite in this natural energy of flowing into our lives and into a session. So that might include some meditation, some movement to ground or open up the respiratory system, the lungs, the rib cage. And then also, what I really like to hold dear to my heart is, ancient practices and the people who have indigenous communities and people who have brought us these practices and this medicine and continue to heal the earth as we speak with these things. So I, in all of my work, hold that as my foundation and my core. So you'll hear a lot of like rhythmic drumming, aikieros, and really medicine music, and that's what I call it, to invite in the spirit of the jungle. So things to look out for. I mentioned I have my workshop every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time via Zoom, and you can access that through my website as well. That's called Transform Self-Limiting Beliefs with Breath. Really powerful. There's a 11-page workbook that is included in that workshop that we go through and really pinpoint the limiting beliefs that you have and these deep core beliefs that really limit the way that we express in life. And so find an intention and affirmation that will support that deep self-inquiry, and then breathe on it. So we go through things on the mental level, and then we tap into the vibrational, energetic, spiritual levels to entrain these emotions. And so what a beautiful gift that is to step into the present. So you guys can look out for that. And then last thing is this summer I'll be having some videos come out, which I'm really excited about, because I think as we're seeing, video is important, a great way to connect and people to access some beautiful short breath practices on their own at home. So Thank you guys for having me. And if you would like a microdosing consultation, this is something I'm now offering because it's a need that I'm seeing. And so I'm excited to offer that as well. Thank you guys.
What? You want to tell them how to be in contact with you?
Oh. So I am, I'm in the process of building this, and so my offer of practices is at this point limited. I am a instructor of infant massage, and I'm also certified in Thai massage. I'm a Reiki master as well, and a speech pathologist. And so my goal is to create a practice for myself so that I don't have to go back out there. I work at a nursing home right now. So I'm in the process of transitioning things to supporting the practice, supporting myself. So we have WissahickonWellness.com as our website, and I have another email called openforenergy@yahoo.com. And we will be posting things as I start offering. So that's it.
And look out for our YouTube channel. We have a web series called Me Mom Runs a Mile, where we're training her, getting her lungs strong. It's funny and informative, and we'll be chronicling her progress as she restores her lungs and her body. And just check it out. We don't have the URL for the Wissahickon Wellness YouTube, but it's linked to our website, and you'll see the Me Mom Runs a Mile series posted right there. My dad wanted to say something.
If you're interested in some stones and rocks, store's open.
If some of you were on
jewelry.
If some of you were on the call at the very end, we can walk you in. No, we don't have Wi-Fi in there. We have a little stop coming.
It's beautiful. You should see what he has. It's just amazing. It's amazing. Really wonderful, really beautiful stuff. So if you want to go into your DNA and you want to work with frequency and you want to work with, I have a program called Wisdom Body, which is about clearing dysfunctional emotional dynamics, or you're interested in co-creating and you would like to learn the foundational science of conscious co-creation, I have an online course for both of those things. But I do hope that you'll stop by, make an appointment. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are my days in the practice room. I have a couple of hours in there, and I would love to introduce you to the bioenergetics work that I do, and also to the whole world of frequency information and how beautifully it intersects with the body and is so much less toxic than any form of pharmaceutical.
Thank you. Good stuff. Hi, Rahama.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can find me on my need to be updated website, but it still works, rahamayoga.com. You can find me on Facebook. I have a Facebook page and an Instagram. I teach Mondays at 6:30 and Thursdays at noon, donation. So if you want that information, shoot me an email or a Facebook message and I'll send you the Zoom link. I'm looking forward to starting yoga therapy practice online, sliding scale. So reach out if you have questions about that. Brandon has asked me to do yoga for cyclists, so that'll be coming soon. I don't know if it'll be a weekly class or a workshop. We're still figuring that out. And then I have a yoga retreat that was rescheduled for 2021 in the Dominican Republic, March 7th to the 14th, which hopefully will happen. We'll see as it gets closer, but if you're interested in that, let me know and I can send you the information for that as well. And yeah, excited. Thank you.
Thank you. Leon. gratitudes to each and every one of you one by one. And then quickly, really quickly, if people want to offer gratitudes quickly, they can say something, but I just want to offer each of you a gratitude. Anais, thank you for your strength, your commitment, and for your last minute support with that video, because without you, we wouldn't have been able to do it. Ruhama, thank you for your friendship and for your willingness to jump in and do this with us. Travis, thank you for your love and support. I love you so much. Aubrey, thank you for being willing to be available and to offer your services. Johnny, thank you so much for your support, your continued support. Thank you for proofreading the website. I really appreciate that. Leon, thank you for dealing with me and my mother's OCD tendencies and perfectionism. And Robin, thank you so much for holding me and holding us. Even though you're in Boston, I feel that you truly do care and that you truly are supporting us with the work that you do and with your heart. And Janet, I haven't seen you in a really long time, but Mama is here. Thank you for supporting Ruhama. Thank you for supporting all of us, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Popcorn, gratitudes, anyone, quickly? Anyone?
Thank you all. You're all the best.
Thank you.
It's great to see all these beautiful faces and to know that we'll be interacting either virtually or otherwise. And to the Sloan family, what a gas to get engaged with you people. And you gotta know, I will dog sit Rocky anytime, no worries. And if you're interested in and get the land and you want to do some beekeeping, let me know.
Oh, yes. Yes.
It's really exciting to be here today and to just get to meet the other practitioners and just see what a great harmonious energy is here and just being offered to the world and especially people of color in the community there and all around. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I'm really happy to be connected and sending energy. Yay!
Thank you, Johnny. Thank you.
All right. Aubrey, you can go ahead and lead us out.
All right, guys. Thank you all for showing that gratitude. It's beautiful to be here and get to express this with you guys tonight. And I really do deeply believe that breath connects us all. Because, you know, we can go without food, we can go without water, we can go without a lot of things. Humans, life is adaptable, right? And we'll survive through some extreme difficulties, but we cannot survive without the breath, right? Not very long. And so it's my mission to help us learn just how to work with our own bodies, work with our own breath to find a fuller extension of our life, because I really believe that our breath does reflect the quality of our life, right? And it goes both ways. And so what we'll be doing tonight is some transformational breath work, what I'm trained in. And before we get into the practice, I do invite you guys just to relax, and you're probably already relaxed, but if you're not sitting back, go ahead and sit back. You can do this breath sitting up. You can do it lying down. It is nice to have a little bit of a prop so you can get that breath into your chest, especially if you have larger, breasts as a woman, which is very natural. So just get comfortable. We're going to talk a little bit about what the breath is, how we're working with our emotions, and then we'll move into the actual practice. So essentially the main premise in breath and breath work is that we go through life and we suppress feelings and memories constantly in an attempt to move throughout the world. When our emotions are really intense and we're pretty reactive in our nature, our autonomic nervous system is turned on, it can be really difficult to feel relaxed, to feel peaceful and present, and what a difficult way to move throughout the world. And so what we do is we suppress things, we shut down due to different experiences, traumas, memories, and in that experience of shutting down, we shut off our emotions. And so every time this happens, that we're suppressing an emotion, I heard this in a ceremony once, right before a ceremony. And the shaman said, every time we suppress an emotion, it's as if we're taking small little rocks and putting them in a plastic baggie and swallowing them one by one until we become heavy and dense in nature. Now we have expressions for this, like my heart feels heavy or I feel low, to express or explain verbally the way these low vibrations, these emotions feel in the physical body. And so what we're going to do tonight and in transformational breath in a session, essentially, we draw in a high quantity of life force, oxygen, into the body, probably more than most people have. I mean, people are really just getting introduced to breath work, and especially this level of breath work. And I really do equate a full transformational breath session to a psychedelic session or psychedelic ceremony, where you reach altered states of consciousness. It's completely possible. So many modalities facilitate that. And as we mentioned before, it's so nice to just step out of your body, out of your mind, really, and really step into your body, right? To embody what you're feeling, all of the emotions that play out. And so essentially, as we draw in this high quantity of life force into the body, as we mentioned, it produces a strong positive energy vibration that alters the body's electromagnetic field. So negative energy is raised to the positive. And through this process, really, we have the opportunity to allow the emotions to release, be experienced with, and connected, and then integrated into our lives. And really, everything that we've lived through, everything that you've experienced is already a part of you. You can't unlive these things. We can't change the past, but we do have the ability to change the way that we feel inside about the things that have happened to us. And what a gift. To me, that is really the beauty of this practice, that we get to step into that presence, clarity through the integration of our emotions. So we don't have to run from our emotions. We don't have to suppress them or push them away. We can see them clearly, not identify with them so strongly, and allow them to be experienced and integrated and live a much more full, open, happy life, peaceful life. And so tonight in our session, we'll breathe for about 10 minutes. And this is a great introduction to what a full session is like. So we'll go over some guidelines for the session tonight. And really, I'm just going to guide you guys in finding some tight places of stuck energy in your body, right? It's really simple. And you have the license to feel for tight places on your own body and stay there for a bit until they release. So you could put a little bit of pressure, and we'll go over a very basic amount of body mapping and where some of these emotions are stored, so you know maybe where to go based on how you're feeling. It's nice to have that knowledge. If you hear me suggest something, just assume that I'm talking to you because we're in a group setting. And as we mentioned before, spirit really guides. So just try it on, see if it fits. And if it doesn't, keep breathing. Don't stop the process, right? Even if that position or, movement is not working for you, okay? And the goal is to have a really deep, open, and flowing breath. You can't mess it up. We're going to let any stuck energy just rise and transform and expand what you already know how to do, because you already know how to breathe. Okay. So just trust that process. One of the biggest things in this breath is that people are stuck in their heads feeling like, I don't know what I'm doing. They're having difficulty maybe getting it into the belly. There are a lot of reasons for that, right? It's these emotions, and they get stuck and locked in the physical body. And so you're going to find most likely some restriction and contractions as well. Just do your best to trust the process, know that you're doing it right. So we want you to hold the possibility of miracle consciousness and believe that whatever your intention is, that you will receive it. That is really powerful. And I believe that really translates completely into every aspect of life. And so now, before we begin, let's just take a deep breath in together just to clear the energy in the body now. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale, release it out of the mouth. So 2 more like that, taking in all of our good with our breath And the exhale, releasing whatever we don't need. Last one together, full breath in. And let it go. Beautiful. Okay, so if anybody's having trouble hearing me over the music, you just let me know, okay? But if you guys are, does the sound good right now for you? Can you hear me well? Okay, great. So now let's get in a position that feels good for you. As we mentioned, either lying down if you have the opportunity or sitting up. If you're sitting up, I know we're in a Zoom meeting, so it's a little different for every person, but if you can't have a pillow behind your head, I recommend it just so you can let your muscles relax, because any muscles that are using, are activated to support you are going to basically stop that full expansion of the breath. But for now, this is a short practice. It's okay if you're just sitting up, just try and relax the shoulders. So let's go ahead and take one hand and put it on the belly, the low belly. Take this out a bit. Good. And the most important thing, and what I encourage you to do, is breathe low into the belly so that when you inhale, the belly inflates like a balloon. So let's try that together. We're going to inhale actually through the mouth, okay? The deep breath in and let it fall out. Let the exhale fall out. Good. Deep breath in. Feel the belly get big and let it fall back out. Good. Okay. So now maybe put one hand on the chest, keep one on the low belly. And let's take a couple breaths just like that together to let it expand, and then we'll get into the rhythm of the session. So deep breath in. Exhale falls out, almost like a sigh with no effort, no pushing on the exhale. Deep breath in and out. Good. Take a few more together. Focus on the inhale. Good. We just let it expand into the belly and the chest. Let the exhale fall out. Good. So now what we'll do is continue to breathe in that method, in that rhythm, and you'll just find your own expansion, but we'll take an inhale a little sooner than you normally do. So take a deep breath in, let the exhale fall out, and then breathe right back in. Almost like you're cutting off that last second of the inhale. And now I invite you to gently close your eyes. Begin to breathe in and out. See if you can do it through your mouth to take in more oxygen, more life force. And breathe in a little sooner than you think. The exhale just falls out. And I'm going to put on some music just to speed up the process a little bit. Get us into the rhythm. Good. In and out. And I'm exaggerating my exhale just a bit for you. See if you can make yours a little bit quieter. The exhale, the belly just drops, pulls in and up. I take in all of my good with every breath that I take. And if you have some tingles going on, that's great. Know that things are moving and you're feeling more alive. If you're feeling a little lightheaded and it's uncomfortable for you, you can drop your head down slightly to bring the energy just up into the shoulders. You can try and take a double inhale if you need to take more breath in. And inhale a little sooner than you think after that exhale is done to get the rhythm. Good. So what we're looking for is a circuit. We're creating a circuit of energy to allow these lower emotions to entrain with this higher vibration that we're introducing into the body. So begin to lose the pause at the top and the bottom of the breath. And I invite you to think of an intention. Maybe asking yourself, what do I need in this moment? And seeing if you can let the answer come from your heart rather than your head. In and out. It is safe to breathe. It is safe to be in your body. Good. Remember, if you have some tingles going, something that can be really useful is to tone, to move the energy if emotion starts to come up and get stuck. So let's try it together. Everybody's on mute. Take a deep breath in. Try one more time. Deep breath in. Maybe try wiggling your head side to side. Go as long as you can and take a deep breath in right after. And keep going with the cycle. And maybe you need to slow it down a little bit for your body, or maybe you need to breathe a little bit more fully. See what you need. Focus less on the volume and more on the flow, right? I breathe in all of my good, more good than I can even imagine. And it is safe for me to trust who I am. In and out. Breathe in as soon as you can. Focus on that inhale. The exhale draws out, the belly draws in. And I love to breathe. I love to breathe. And now you have the license to go ahead and feel for any tight places on your body, maybe even right in your solar plexus, where your rib cage meets. Just gently press in with 2 fingers if you're there or wherever you're at, and I encourage you just to give a little resistance to the muscle. On the inhale, you can release the pressure. On the exhale, you can push a little bit more deeper, a little bit more deeply. In and out. My higher self and my will are deeply connected. It is safe to trust who I am. Focus on that rhythm. Almost like the universe is breathing you. And lose the need to do it right. Trust that you are doing it right. You're not pushing on the exhale, you're not hyperventilating, you're just letting the exhale fall out. Almost like a sigh. Noticing any tension in your back muscles and your neck, and just gently let those release. My higher self guides me in every step of the way. Good. It is safe to be alive, to feel alive, however that looks. Maybe explore putting one hand on the heart, one hand on the low, low belly, and see if you can bring the breath all the way down and all the way up, opening to all the love there is within yourself. Good, just like that. Just like that. You are doing it right. I am doing it right. Beautiful. And now starting to slow down the breath. Maybe bringing 2 hands to the heart. And either continuing to breathe out of your mouth or through your nose, whatever feels good to you now. And if you're still feeling things coming up, it's okay. Continue to breathe in that pace that feels good for you. but just slow it down just a little bit. You can try taking a deep breath in all the way, filling up as much as you can and holding it at the top as a reset. Sitting in that place of pause within yourself. And just taking a second to see where you're at. Bring to mind your intention. What do I need in this moment? What does the world need in this moment? And send that energy out. From that deep sense of peace, of groundedness, of being completely centered in your divine wholeness. Slowing down the breath. Sitting with the body and the mind. Thanking our ancestors and the people who came before us to teach us their wisdom, their ways, their rites, their practices, their ceremony, and to heal the land, to be stewards to the earth. As a collective intention to allow this practice with Wissahickon Wellness to grow.
Arbolito divino, raíces profundos, abraza el mundo, nuestro camino, con tu medicina, todas las plantas divinas, Mari, mariririri. Yajecito curaca, de la selvacita, la pachamamita trae sabiduría, nuestra familia trae alegría, la liana que guía, capi, 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 capi. Ayahuasquita cura, cura mi cuerpo, con tu amorcito, cura mi mente, viejo doctorcito, cura mi gente, poderoso abuelito, bobo, 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 bobo. Trae nai nai con la vida, vida de la baila, cura con la guaira, limpia, limpia, taita, vibrando con la hualca, con la madre selva, taita, curaca, ara, ara, ra, 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 ra. Trae nai 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 nai, tra na 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 nai nai, trae nai 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 nai, tra na 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 nai nai, trae nai 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 nai, tra na 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 nai 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 nai.
Slowly starting to bring your awareness back into this moment here as a collective, as a group. Maybe just starting by taking a deep breath in through the nose, filling up as much as you can with all that new space that you have, mentally, physically, energetically, and then letting it go through the mouth. Let's do 2 more times together. Deep breath in. And symbolic gesture of release.
Arbolito divino, raíces
Good. Last one.
abraza el mundo, nuestro
Taking all of my good and then slowly letting it out. Beautiful. And we ask for divine spirit, universal energy, I am presence, and higher selves to give us a clear signal of connection for every person here tonight. Give thanks for this perfect breathing session. And now, as you're feeling more connected, let's just take a moment to get grounded in our bodies. Start by wiggling the fingers, maybe making some circles, wave-like motions with the wrists. And make the conscious choice to allow those motions to grow. Get a little bit bigger, more expansive. You can wave like a bird. And then take your arms above, grab one wrist and stretch from side to side like you're just waking up out of bed. It is safe to breathe. Good. Bring the arms back down and roll out the shoulders. Maybe drop the head down and forward really slow, letting yourself feel back into your body. And then go in the other direction, opposite direction. Slower than you think. And then when you make your way back up to center, just take a deep breath in. We're going to bring our hands together to the center of our heart. And thank you for taking the time to experience the breath. And know that whatever your intention was, even for this short practice, that it really will be given to you, that you have already created that energy, and allow that energy to essentially be manifested, right? So thank you guys so much for sharing this with me. And just as a quick note on some guidelines after the session, just know that even within that short amount of time, you did so much to open up your respiratory system. You might have been in your head the whole time about if I'm doing it right. Hopefully you started to dive a little deeper and out of that mental space. If some emotions started coming up for you, then know that that is really the point, right? That you allowed things to come up, clear, integrate into your experience, and that your energy field is a little bit more open than it was before this practice. So take time to nourish yourself tonight. Luckily, I love doing this at night. It can help to, help you have a really restful night's sleep. But I just recommend maybe drinking some tea, maybe journaling about anything that came up, whether that was one thought or maybe writing down your intention. And if you want to continue this practice over the next 7 days or continuously, I recommend doing this in the morning when you first wake up. Try putting on a song. I have a great playlist that we use tonight on my Instagram, on my stories currently. I'll put my Instagram in the chat if you guys are interested in that. And just do this breath through the mouth. Focus on the inhale, into the belly, completely relaxed exhale. And then you just look for that flow. So you create that circuit to entrain these emotions. So you guys are amazing, and thanks for sharing that with me. I'm gonna mute.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for going the distance with us. We so appreciate it. Check out our website, learn more, and look out for us in the future.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye.